Hello everyone, and thank you for listening to the podcast.
Like and subscribe. Leave a nice review. Be a nice person. Do your good deed for the day.
And episode 19 will be appearing on YouTube. I think it's
after we should mention it. So it was
I've had 4 people now be like, "What happened to episode 19?"
I suppose that is good because I always kind of thought as well. I was like, "Well, fucking the YouTube doesn't get as much as that." I was like, a little part of me went, "I don't think anyone will say anything. Fuck it." And then people have said, so I'm like, "Well, that's good, I guess."
Yeah.
Should we still put it out just after 20?
Yeah. Because 4 people were like, "Oh, did you say something scandalous?" Well, not 4, 3.
Yeah.
But 4 have asked what happened to it.
Right. Okay.
But 3 of them assumed that it was because we said something outrageous and had to go, "Get that to fuck."
And just banned the entire episode. There's no we won't edit that particular bit. We'll just get rid of the entire of it. Yeah. But the episode still went out.
Yeah.
So
so some people obviously do just watch it on YouTube.
What I really like about that is because I sometimes come away from the episodes going, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
And then put it out. So if people are thinking, Christ, did you say something scandalous? That kind of makes me think they think the shit we're saying on this is fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm actually kind of in a way relieved.
Well, one person was like, I was like, "Oh, it's on audio," and they were like, "Oh, but I like to watch your face react to Gala." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
They just watch it zoomed in entirely. So
just me going, "Watch."
There's so many little subtle because the more you do it, the more you just get used to the insane man sat next to you, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So there's I've picked up on the little subtle it used to be, what are you talking? And now it's okay, that makes sense for this insane person to be saying.
I remember consciously doing that. Yeah. When I started doing it, because I was like, well, if we go too hard, it might not tell us some of the inner workings of his brain. I mean,
if I'm gonna talk about the fucking first kiss I ever had was my cousin, I think it's fair to assume at this point, motherfucker will share.
He's an open book.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Heart on the sleeve. I just crossed my arms there. Laura,
he tells it like it is.
Laura said, "You sit with your arms folded quite a bit," and I was like, "Well, I don't know what to like. Sometimes I'm sitting like this."
I have never thought his arms are folded. He's not into me right now.
No, I'm just going like, yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
If anything, it's more.
Just
tell us more
as well. Like, sometimes you'll see a compere at a comedy gig pick on somebody for having their arms folded.
Yeah.
In the audience.
Yeah. So what else? It's
quite comfy just to sit with your arms folded.
That is just kind of like a rested sort of position.
And they're like, "That's body language."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Well, no, I'm
body language. So you're fucking hating this.
Now my body language is.
Because then you're thinking, what how do you sit and enjoy a comedy show? Thumbs up.
Is that Ricky Bobby? Shake and bake, where he's just doing that with his hands. He's like, "I don't know what to do with my hands." No, you put them down. He's like, "All right," and then they just come back up.
I remember that film. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, "This is shit."
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck this! This is." I thought it was so poor. I think I was talking to Stade about it, and he was like, "I fucking love. That's like my family's film."
Oh yeah.
And then I watched it with their family.
Yeah.
And they all were losing their minds, and I was there going, "This is fucking quite funny."
Well, I recommended I Think You Should Leave to one of my mates.
Yeah.
And he watched it and went, "This is garbage. What the fuck?" And then he came round to my house and there was a few people there.
The environment makes it.
We were killing us, and he was like, you just got to tune in sometimes."
100%.
The amount of people that I've like shown Limmy to before, and they're like, they don't tune in, and then once you get it, you go, "I get it now."
See, I was always, and like, I am absolutely in the minority here, but I never enjoyed Limmy's show, like the actual TV show. I was one of those guys, I never got it. But every single thing I see of Limmy on Twitch, I'm like, this is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's really found his thing there.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Every single clip of Limmy I see on Twitch, I'm like, this is brilliant.
Have you seen when he reacts to the golf shot?
No.
I'll show you that.
Okay, because that sounds
one of
like
the best videos I think I've ever seen in my life. He nails that. He nails the the breakdown of it, and he acts out. And I'm like, how could somebody be this funny off the cuff?
Yeah.
For that long.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Brilliant.
So we're coming into, I was thinking about this driving in, Gala Day season.
We just had the fucking
There you
Gala
go.
Day. We just had these.
Is a Gala Day a Scottish thing?
Well,
It's basically
I don't even think
a
it's
fete or like fair.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. So when Ailey first moved here like 2 years ago, or whatever.
Yeah.
And the first Gala Day happened. I was like, oh, it's the fucking Gala Day. And Ailey was like, what's that?
Right.
And I was like, oh, fuck off, you must have a Gala Day. And she was like, we have the Ferry Fair.
Yeah.
And then they have like, do you know the Bury Man?
No.
So you even lived in Queensferry for a while.
I
You
did,
must
yeah.
know, but
For a year I lived there.
Google South Queensferry, the Bury Man.
I can't.
Oh, you've got no internet. I'll do it.
There's no power on this.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
This is just a
that is
prop.
entirely, yeah. Prop,
which
prop,
I
prop,
told
prop,
you
prop,
before.
prop. You did, actually. That's on me.
Yeah.
This is fucking insane. If you're listening to this on any mobile device or you have another device free, all play along.
Pause the old episode and
South
look up
Queensferry. Actually, that's...
the Bury Man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what this prick
So, like,
is called.
yeah, for any of our listeners abroad, of which there are tens, yeah, it's basically like a little fair, but localized to a town, usually a Gala Day, and they get the kids involved, so there'll be like a Gala King and Queen.
Yes. I don't even know what he's made of, but look at this guy.
All right, he looks like he's, like you see
He goes in
Guinness World Records of people covered in bees.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but he's like, so it's a whole sort of like what seems to be, but probably I should know this because Ailey's banged on about it.
I've never seen anyone do that with a laptop before. For the audio listeners, Gareth lifted his laptop and brought it closer to his face instead of like leaning in. He lifted it up.
That's the
2 inches from his
the
nose.
uber lazy man's move. I'm not going.
I think
closer
that's
to that. I'll bring that to me.
I think that's like less lazy than leaning in.
I feel like that's what like
You've
a granddad would
yeah.
do.
Like
It's
if
very
you showed
boomerang
something
to
on
that.
TV, if you were to pick up the TV and hold, yeah, I can see it's football.
Is that Jamie in the audience? Well, let me have a fucking.
Yeah,
Yes, that's Jamie. Aye. I don't know what it is, but it's like he can't piss in the street. These are the weird things I
it's
know.
like a
about.
Wicker Man looking thing.
It's kind of is, yes. That's a good description for the audio listeners. Very good. And he just pisses in the street. He goes into all the pubs on the day, and they all just follow him around and go, "Hey, the Bury Man." And I'm like, what is the point of this nonsense?
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of this,
and they all know who the guy is as well. It's just so fucking
because
strange.
it's different town to town. Like
Little traditions.
One of the best weekends I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
Was
big opening statement there.
Was at the Hoyk Common Riding.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So it's essentially a Gala Day, right? But the borders towns have common ridings. We're basically
common ridings.
Yeah, that's what it's called. And the whole thing was mad by the best time. First of all, the one thing they said straight away to me was you just drink rum and milk all day. Right, so it's rum
and milk.
Yeah, they're like, the milk lines your stomach, the rum gets you pissed.
So, okay, so it's like you just drink rum and milk, i.e., there's a glass of rum, finish that,
no,
then you have a glass of milk.
No,
not rum.
Rum and milk mixed together.
That's
it was all right.
Lunacy. No, it's not.
It was okay.
Gareth, you can't. Please don't bend your logic of all the other years
you ever had a White Russian?
I love a White Russian.
There you go, milk.
Yeah, but with vodka, with rum.
It's the same thing, really, isn't it?
I don't know if it is.
So anyway,
but I love a White
you drink
Russian.
that a lot. So I got woke up at I'm going to say 6 a.m.
What were you doing in Hoyk?
I had some family down there.
Oh, right, okay.
I got woke up at 6 a.m. They made breakfast and they're like, right, it's time for the snuffing. Now the snuffing is when somebody gets like a big horn and they fill it with packets of snuff, so like ground down tobacco.
Yeah.
And they get the 4 biggest lads in the village to protect the guy with the horn and the snuff, and everyone else jumps in and tries to nick some out of the horn. They just try and grab a packet, while the other lad, like the lads protecting them, just fucking beat the shit out anyone trying to get it.
Oh, what? So that's kind of like when we were in school. The 6th years were at the back of the bus, and they were like, "Right, okay, fucking everyone, try and get a seat on the back of the bus, and we'll try and stop you by beating the shit out of you.
Right, I don't know about all that.
You never played that?
That was just a hierarchy.
What was it called? Running the Gauntlet, I think we called it.
Oh, right.
Who's running the gauntlet today, then, boys? It was never me.
Like,
I'll take front of the bus. I don't want to play.
What's the town that has that massive game of football where it's just one ball, but they all just batter each other to get the ball?
Oh, no idea.
Anyway, that's that. So they're trying to kick the shit out everyone, trying to get the snuff.
Fucking hell.
Whilst they walk through the town, then and they finish at, like, I don't know, the town hall or something. They go up the stairs and stand on this balcony and they throw out the packets of snuff and you just grab it. So
it does sound like all this stuff came off a scroll one day, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And the 6 biggest men shall defend the snuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, fucking, let's not do that now.
And to be fair, like Hoyk, like a lot of it's very like farm places, so it's big old farm boys. So they're strong lads. They're used to fucking
rugby players, man.
They used to holding a cow by its neck and
that's where they are all from. That's where they're all from.
Yeah.
Every Scottish rugby player is essentially always borders.
They're used to holding a sheep by its neck and shooting it like. So they're strong boys.
Fuck yeah.
So I didn't get involved in trying to get in it. I was like, I'm not getting my head kicked.
You weren't up at 6 a.m. going, well, I'm one of the 6 biggest boys this year, so no.
Let's go.
Did you go for did you try to steal the snuff?
No, I didn't try to steal it.
Just watch.
But when they threw it from the balcony, I caught a bunch of that.
Like the bouquet. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You're the strong man next
I'm next to get cancer. And then the day got weird.
Okay, well it was all going very swimmingly and normal before.
So it's very old tradition. Basically, they apparently captured the flag of the English years and years ago, and they go through the town with the flag. 200 horses go through the town, all these lads on horses with that, and they're all fucking steaming by this point, and it's like 12 in the afternoon, and then they ride through the town to this place called the Hut, and only men are allowed in the hut, and they all sing songs and get hammered, and then they ride to the fair itself, which is in a big field somewhere, but they're all the amount of people falling off their horse and shit.
Yeah.
It was wild. But my God, one of the most fun weekends I've ever had.
I think the reason that would have been so fun for you is the novelty of it.
Yeah,
if
but
that
I would
was
love
just
to go back.
Would you?
Oh yeah,
it must be coming up.
I think
we're in the season.
There's one. I think the Gala common riding was at the weekend just there.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
So you got the Gala Shields one, Jedburgh, Hoyk. I think they're the 3 big ones.
Yeah.
And so Gala Days quite tame in comparison.
Very tame.
Yeah.
We don't do any of that.
You just go to the fair. There's maybe a beat the goalie thing.
Yeah. All the mums have a race.
Little egg and spoon race.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like the fucking, what's that one when you're in like the sack?
Sack race.
Sack race.
Yeah. What's that one where you tie a leg together and you've essentially got 3 legs and you're running? Yeah, the three-legged race. Much, yeah.
What's that race? There's like a spoon and you put an egg in it.
Yeah, the egg and spoon race, yeah. That's the one.
Oh, God. Not my finest hour.
No.
But do you think those are just like a mad Scottish thing?
I think, well, I mean, every town's got their own thing. I think the term Gala phrase is Gala Days
is quite Scottish.
It's Scottish. And then, like, in England, they'll have, like, a Morris fair or some
piss off.
Tory
shit. It's all so Tory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything they do.
Right, get your bells on. Let's dance with a wee ribbon. I mean, it's easy to make
energy.
It's easy to make fun
at
of
least
stuff
we're
like
beating fuck it at people. It's still a bit ace.
Yeah. All right, let's get some little girls to wear, like, tartan skirts and dance over 2 cross swords.
Better.
It is better. They're swords.
Yeah, the swords. It's always an element of danger with us.
And up north you've got like the Highland Games would be, I suppose, their Gala Day.
Well, what is the Highland Games if not just the ultimate Gala Day?
Yeah.
That's what we're all trying to be. That
I went to one in is it Tainault maybe?
No idea.
I don't know.
No idea.
Anyway, it was like a little mini Highland Games. And me and Laura were there with her friend and her boyfriend, who was Cambodian. And they had the greasy pole. I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
So it's basically a pole.
You have to try and climb it?
And you have to try and climb it. And if you get to the top, I think you won, I don't know, something.
£10.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. And
always going to go, come on, I need to win the money.
So then...
It's a tenner, Dave. Get down, you
Then Laura's friend's boyfriend...
the Colombian.
First time... Cambodian. Yeah.
I even knew that as well. My brain went, don't say Colombian.
He was like, his first time ever in Scotland, and he's like, this whole place is mad.
Yeah.
And then he climbed the greasy pole. Unbelievable. Like, everyone was watching it going, what is this? He just got his shoes off straight up And
Wow.
he was like, there you go, easy peasy. And everyone was like, God, how'd you do that? And he was like, I used to climb trees all the time as a kid.
Fucking hell.
And I was like, yeah, I climbed trees
So
as a
did
kid.
we, but
Yeah.
not like that.
But yeah, he was like, no, I used to do it. And he was like killer at it. And it felt like a cheat code. Everyone was like, he's not allowed to play games.
Yeah. New rule, no Cambodians.
Yeah. And it seems racist, but hey.
They're too good.
They can't climb the pole and get all the tenors.
No, exactly. And get all of the tennis.
Yeah. That's for our strippers, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And the pole wasn't greasy before they went on it.
Yeah, man. I think shit like that, and I'll probably get a fair bit of grief for
guess
this.
what? This episode's not going on YouTube.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, another one that we just lost the footage of.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe that shit like that it's quite good for like kids.
Yeah.
And I think I would get back into that sort of thing if I had children, like
Sure.
dressing up the house and stuff. And I get why Next Door dressed up the house as well. Because like,
when you say dressing up the house, when
putting
we
up
paint a
bunting
picture
and
for everyone, yeah, bunting's the main thing.
yeah,
The amount of people, by the way, Irish people don't know what bunting is.
really,
I know 2 Irish people that I've said the phrase bunting to
that's
them,
enough to
and they're like,
stereotype a
what
whole
is
nation.
what is bunting? I'm like, it's tiny little flags. But yeah, we don't like put up lights and stuff. It's not like an American Halloween thing.
I know.
It's very much DIY homemade signs. Maybe like the worst cardboard Eeyore you've ever seen.
It honestly feels like it's been blue tacked on to the side of the house,
yeah.
like to the fence, to the house, bit of fucking some flags.
Yeah.
Job's done.
It's like public access art attack.
yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Somebody just giving it a go.
Yeah,
And like Mary Baggins, the flower girl.
Yeah,
And they'll stick that in their garden going, our wee lass is the flower girl this year.
and then like there's a
Herald.
judging panel, and they
go
drive around
round
all
the
the houses and they judge the best decorator.
Well, they're all shite.
Like, I think it's quite, if you don't have kids and you're partaking in that, I think you are a proper gimp. Like,
for
I really,
sure.
I don't like you.
Unless you're quite old. I think past a certain age.
Yeah, okay, so really young or really old.
Yeah.
If you're just like in the
If
middle
you have
of your
little kids
days.
that are involved, fine. But if you get to like, I don't know, 60 plus and
And
you get
you've
involved,
got-
everyone goes, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and
Now
you've got
get involved with
nothing
the
else
community.
going on. You're like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
either that.
exactly.
It's like, oh, it's for the kids,
Yeah.
or come on, it's a wee sad old lady.
What are you gonna sit and watch Pointless, or are you gonna fucking get some Pritt stick and glitter
Well, it was
out?
either this or rewatching One Foot in the Grave. So
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
get the bunting up, love. I used to love a bit of.
It's very
One Foot in the
good.
Grave. That and Keeping Up Appearances is like
Is
what
Keeping
I
Up
watched.
Appearances the one with Hyacinth?
Hyacinth's Bouquet. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
The Bouquet
Bouquet.
residence.
Yeah.
Fucking bucket.
very
It's so funny, man. But yeah, Gala Days, man. It's been a while since I was into them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Since I was into them.
I
used to be mad into my Gala Days.
Though I did used to. There was So I used to play for East Calder, the football team, East Calder
yeah.
Colts, and then
It's called a Colt.
East Calder Colts,
Well,
and then
it's quite an American sounding name.
Yeah, it totally is. And then the big summer transfer.
I mean, it's no Rosalind Da Vinci's.
And then the big summer transfer of 2007 or 2008.
Yeah.
I actually transferred to Mid Calder Colts,
Oh, right.
and then
What position were you playing?
right back.
Right.
And on the Gala Day, so both Gala Days is like a home and away, like
Yeah,
East
yeah.
Calder versus Mid Calder, and I just went to Mid Calder, and then so my first game was against East Calder at the East Calder Gala Day,
Yeah.
and I honest to God remember I was like, because I was not a great player,
I've seen you play.
yeah, and I was probably a bit better then.
How old are you again?
Now,
Yeah.
28.
Right, okay. So
So
you are past your peak.
Yeah. I think that's what everyone says. Gareth Mutch is prime, very much behind him.
Yeah.
But
I was
like,
saying that the other day to Laura. I went, I'm never going to be as fast as I once was.
yeah, no, definitely.
My top speed is
Yeah.
behind me,
I was saying
which
this.
is upsetting. I used to be fast.
Yeah, I was saying this to Haley the other day. I'm now of an age where anything. I think if I was to stop doing comedy
Yeah.
and try and pick up unless like any other sort of like profession of like either entertainment or sport or just something like, not like fucking HMV or whatever. I'm not saying anything disparaging against that, but you could do that at any age. But I was saying to you, I was like, I'm probably past
HMV, sorry.
Yeah. Or just like retail. Retail.
I was so confused. I was like, do you think HMV is a sport?
No, what I mean is like, not
I'm pretty good at HMV. Will you want a Killers LP over there?
Because what I'm about to say is
gold medal.
I think I'm past the age of able to start that thing.
Right, yeah.
Like, I think it's gone for me now.
Like all things or just sport?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, for example, I don't think... Because there's always a little voice in my head, and I hope it's just all bullshit male brains.
Yeah.
As I go, when I'm playing darts or if I'm playing golf, and I hit a good shot or throw a nice dart, I go, I could have been pro at this. That's really good.
I think so, yeah.
I think that's all men.
Like,
but now I go, I'm 28. I can't... If comedy went to shit tomorrow, and I went, right, darts... I don't think I could become a professional darts player at 28.
I mean, I'm 32, and part of me, every summer transfer window goes, maybe that call from AC Milan's coming in. It's maybe going to happen.
It's funny the way how we do actually still think, I could probably still get a few years of pro in.
I probably didn't try hard enough at football at all.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever have made pro.
I genuinely believe that is actually what is wrong with Scottish football. Is
I never joined like a youth team or that.
But like, even the people that did... and were good. How many of them at the most vital age where like scouts or managers or like fucking agents will be coming to you going, you have all the talent in the world. I honestly could see your career going to here. But then his mate from school's like, fucking Daz is going empty. Do you want to go and get mad with it? And
I
it's like,
100%
yeah, let's
agree.
just go fucking mad.
100% agree.
I think that's genuinely the problem.
I don't think we have the elite sports person mentality. No. It's so rare in us.
Yeah, I'd rather drink... the definition of an insane amount of Mad Dog 2020 and do some coke than
but also
bet on myself.
I think we are getting better at it. I think, like, particularly the football team, because it was so bad for years.
Yeah.
Then you just go, oh well, fuck it. You just become used to that.
Yeah.
Whereas now they're getting kind of good. I bet we'll just get better. Because like younger kids watching, they've got something to watch and aspire to.
That's
now.
Also true.
Whereas for a long time it would just be, oh fuck it, who cares? Even if I was to do it, like whatever. And that'll creep in, and that's bred into you.
Yeah.
As a Scottish person, just that accepting.
Yeah.
Defeat and like being self-deprecating and all that.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
like a whole country trait.
And then when Robbo was on the Liverpool top bus celebrating like the double, and he had I think 4 bottles of beer, Scottish people were like, he's got a fucking international game in like a week, and the cunt's on a fucking bus waving. I was like, in a way, even though I disagree with the argument entirely, kind of good.
Yeah.
Like, that's going so far away from the national attitude towards bevy of, let's get a fucking bev.
Yeah.
Like, your captain's having 4 beers and you're raging. I kind of like
we believe in it now.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Even though it's 4 bottles of Heineken, you mentals.
Yeah.
But I understand the shift. But yeah, so that's what I was saying to you. I was like, I don't think I could actually go pro at like...
I felt like going for a run yesterday.
Yeah.
And like part of me is like, oh no, because one, I hate running for a start. But
surely no one enjoys it.
But there's a runner's high you get after a little bit, and once you're fit enough. But in my head, I'm going, I don't really care enough at that. But also, the thing that stopped me was Laura runs loads all the time, constant.
She's got pals in it. She does it in groups. She heard like social community. A lot of it's running.
100%. So she was working from home yesterday. I felt like going for a run. I knew if I got on the running gear and went to go, she'd be like, "Where are you off to?"
Oh yeah.
You're for a wee run. Oh. And I'm like, oh well, and then she'd be like, we should go for a run together, and then that would all start. And I'm like, I don't want to run together because she's going to be better at it. And like, just like me coming home, she'd be like, how did it go? Was it all right?
No, you can't be
and like,
all of it.
Because she's excited.
Let me have a look at your app. Let me track you.
You should do that. And
you should go that way. That's actually a really good circular.
Essentially, what I'm saying is, I don't want my girlfriend to be excited.
No, like,
she genuinely she would have been happy and excited. And like, oh, we're running and stuff. She would, and I said that to her. I went, I wanted to go for a run today, then, but I didn't because you'd be too like. So if I'm going to run, I'm going to have to do it in secret.
Secret runs.
Yeah. And then, like, maybe build up a fitness and then go, hi, by the way, I've been running. Like, or like maybe if she's at work and I go out for a run, come back, she's home before me. She's like, "Where you been?" I'm like, "Hey, I was having an affair. That's why I'm sweating out of breath."
Yeah, like you like wake up at 2 a.m. and go, right, I'm gonna get running. You come back close the door as gently as you can. You're like tiptoeing round the corner. Yeah. She's there in a dressing gown. Turns the light on, going, "Where have you been, Gareth?" Oh, fucking the neighbour. No. Fucking the neighbour. Yeah. That's why I'm all sweaty and in shorts.
Yeah, I do it in shorts. We were role playing. I was Andy Robertson. I've had 4 beers.
But yeah,
she's like, "Sorry, I was just on the computer. I opened up and the browser history. Can you tell me about Runkeeper?"
I saw some very distressing things, Gareth. Some things I've got so many questions.
Have you been looking at Asics trainers behind my back? Yes.
Well done. Yeah. You caught me. Are you happy now?
Warrow.
Don't go looking for stuff you know is going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Secret runs. I think I did.
Why is your wallpaper on your phone Mo Farah? I think he's a great Arsenal fan.
He's a great Arsenal fan.
I think he's an inspiration.
What about walks though?
I hate walking.
No, see, that actually quite appeals. Going on a nice walk.
Oh, you're an idiot. There's no such thing as a nice walk.
That is not true now. Come on.
I do. Like, see if it's through some woods and up a hill, then it's all right.
Well, fuck the hill, mate. Fuck the hill.
Yeah, I thought
but
you would
through a woods, hate up.
Yeah,
I hate up.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, one of the best Pixar movies.
Yeah, sorry. But you know, like a wee walk through like a forest of which. Like West Lothian has loads of them.
I like the woods. I do. Yeah. It's my favourite terrain.
I actually think it's like a nice thing to do as a couple.
Laura's family goes for a Christmas Day walk.
I quite like that, you know.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've never done it, but
for me, Christmas Day is Bailey's in your cereal. Fucking.
Well, yeah. Well, when I
Jingle All the Way on the telly.
Yes, couldn't have picked a better film. Love Jingle All the Way. Love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for fucking Ailey's family's JoJo, so we're pissed from the fucking get up and
we should swap Christmases.
Yeah. How civilized. I'm having a nice Christmas walk. Bailey's at the cereal, jingle all the way. Come on.
Yeah, that sounds great. Who's up for a white Christmas? For the audio listeners, I pretended to shake a little bag.
Oh man, it's so good. But what were we talking about there?
Just sports in general, I guess.
I suppose, yeah. Well, it's taking the conversation a bit of a different direction, but
that's fine.
I do have something that really bothered me.
Okay.
So the last couple of days, I was hosting Red Raw at the Stand Comedy Club on Monday. And
I didn't realise you were hosting.
Oh, I got it the day off because I think I emailed going, "Oh, there's some new stuff I want to run out," and then Eva was like, "Well, we need a host, so do you want to do that?" And I went, "Please." But so, and now a big part of me, right?
Yeah.
Thinks because I just always go back to myself when I was starting, and one of my first gigs was Red Raw. And you're so, like, when you're new, you're so fucking nervous, and it's the fear of the unknown and everything. Like, it's proper nerve wracking. And I remember looking, I think it was Tony Jameson was my first ever compere. And he was just the definition of cool. He came in with his satchel. He fucking knew some people. And I was like, how is this guy not
straight and blonde hair back then?
Yeah. Talking about Football Manager. I loved him, right?
Yeah.
He just gave off this whole energy of, this guy's, I actually, it's kind of like if you're scared of flying, and you're sat on the plane, you look at the air hostess or like that's maybe now a sexist term, what do you call them? Air stewards?
Yes.
Look at the air stewards and you see how calm they are, and it kind of relaxes you going, oh, well, why am I all scared? Look how calm they are.
Yeah, they fly all the time.
And they're at the helm of the shit, right? Yeah. So Tony Jameson was this really calming presence, and I was like, so when I started to host those gigs, I was really aware of that, and I wanted to be that.
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, a lot of the job is setting up the night and making sure like the audience are ready for a good night of comedy.
Positive presence backstage is underrated in a compere.
Yeah. And I got a message off a guy that sent me a message going, you really made everyone feel really relaxed. And I was like, oh, it's nice to hear. Cause
that's what you're going for.
And then I also now go entirely against that because I obviously made such a comfortable energy. I saw someone backstage do one of the most fucked up, weird things. And it's not actually that fucked up and weird, but it is fucked up and weird. It was right before I was about to bring this guy on. I think it was his first time there.
Okay.
And I was just like, just have fun, man. They're all fucking lovely. Just go out and smash it. If you have fun, at the end of the day, regardless of what happens, you can go, well, I had fun. I enjoyed that. It's that simple. And he goes, oh, cool, man, thanks. And then he just lies on the floor. Like, right, we're behind the door.
Yeah.
He's about to go on. I'm like, oh, he's down. What the fuck's he doing?
He's down!
He's lying on the floor, like, what looks like in a nap / luge position.
Right.
And he goes, and he just, like, jumps up on his arms, and it bangs out, I'm going to say, 30 press-ups.
I've seen somebody do press-ups before a gig, and I hated them.
Crazy. I couldn't believe my eyes. He's at my feet doing fucking press-ups.
I've seen people shadow box. I've seen stuff, but yeah.
Oh, it's
to just batter out some push-ups is I mean, I suppose, right.
I do a little stretch.
Devil's advocate. Maybe it gets rid of some nervous energy.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I remember me and Robin went down to London and watched. He's quite a famous comedian now, actually. We watched him do it, and also he was doing a new act competition, and it was like you're not a new act. Battered out some push-ups, and me and Robin just looked at him like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then he won the heat, and I was like, "Oh, I hate this guy." I hate him, and I still hate him now. And everyone's like, he's dead sound, really funny. I'm like, I don't care. That first impression, I'm holding on to forever.
Could not agree more. So anyway, and I knew you'd be the same size, so I'm glad of that.
Yeah.
But so I thought, what I would ask you is, do you have any? I don't want to say like press up. Do you have anything pre-gig rituals or like
depends
stuff
if I'm on my own backstage? Like say if I was
have a wank.
Have a wank. I'll stand at the back door, hand on it.
But only if I'm by myself.
And the second they go, welcome to the stage, Gareth Waugh. I'll zip up and walk out. Shake the compere's hand.
Eyeball, I'm just...
Yep.
Thanks.
Sticky, is it? I ain't nothing. No, if I'm on my own, and like say I was closing, and the compere's there, and everyone else is... I'm the only one in the green room, I will sometimes like... exhale quite a bit, like
yeah, I like it. Oh, I like it.
And like just give a shake a bit. And sometimes like because you can go on when you've been doing it a long time, very blasé, and there's you can sometimes just be reciting the words and not really fully present when you're on stage.
Yeah.
And just like going blah blah blah, and even the actions and stuff, you can be in your head thinking about the next bit or whatever. Yeah. So I sometimes will like just try and remind myself, like be in the moment. Be good and stuff like that.
Totally. No, that's good, man. Because I always get.
But if there's other people there, I'll just walk with my head down.
Yeah.
I'll just pace with my head down.
It's all internal.
Yeah.
Because I am someone that gets very quite nervous before.
Yeah.
And like I'll do like a lot of nervous pacing. I'll do some stretches, not like fucking. Of an athlete standard.
Yeah, nobody was thinking that.
What I mean is like I'll put my right leg and left leg slightly further away from each other and then do that wiggle thing.
Right, okay.
That's me stretching.
You don't lean against the wall and somebody's like, no. Gareth Mutch, you ready? Mr. Mutch, you ready? And I turn to them and go, Gareth Mutch needs to think about his whole life before he goes on stage.
Yeah, I'm leaning up against the wall. The
Dewey Cox reference for everyone.
I didn't get that.
I know.
I know. I didn't think you would going into it. Yeah, I'm leaning up against the wall. The staff comes up going, Gareth, we're ready for you now. Oh no, Gareth, are you ready? Fuck my own joke. Gareth, are you ready? And then I just lean away from the wall and I go, I was born ready. And then the music hits and I walk out.
Bum, 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 bum. I don't know why you're the orcs in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, right. No,
that's their theme song.
I thought that was that rap song. Bum, 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 bum.
Get the fuck up.
Yeah, get
Simon
the fuck
says,
up. Yeah,
Pheromones.
Simon said, yeah, there you go.
No, I was doing the...
No points as you didn't buzz in.
I was doing the Howard Shore score for orcs from Lord of the Rings.
Get the fuck up.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, don't know it.
Bum, bum, bum,
bum, bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Get the fuck up. Yeah, that's got to be it.
Simon
that's what
says,
you're doing.
get the fuck up. Yo, rub on your titties. Simon says, rub on your titties.
Oh, I think I fucking peaked
it
again. Yeah, I did.
Sorry for making you laugh.
Yeah, no. Damn you to hell, man.
Saws about that.
Oh, we're back.
I forgot what I was going to say as we were leading into that question. Let's talk about Butlins Skegness.
Oh, right. Okay, well, let's.
I had a bad old weekend, I did.
Yeah, you had a fucking rough one, mate.
So...
A real rough one.
I've been doing a bit of stuff lately where it's not like a full weekend somewhere. I'll do a gig one place on the Friday and then another one on the Saturday, maybe another one on the Sunday.
Yeah.
But they're all in different places, which means I've got to drive. Because
A lot of driving.
Huh?
A lot of driving.
Yeah.
No, do you think I said Laura's driving?
Laura's driving. I'm like,
no,
yeah, Laura drives. I sit in the back, get my aviators on, headphones in.
It's
don't
my
talk
ritual,
to me.
Laura.
I got a hot towel on my face.
Just thank yourself I'm not having a wank here, all right?
I know, you're welcome. So I drove to Leicester on Saturday. Get to the venue. It looks very closed. Very closed. And it's half an hour till showtime. So I phone up the venue contact from the email. I'm like, hey, I'm your compere. I'm outside. But it looks shut. And he was like, all right, are you in Nottingham or Reading? And I was like, Leicester. And he went, oh, Leicester was pulled like a week ago. And I went, nobody told me. He was like, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. We emailed. And I went, well, I don't have an email. And also, the confirmation email I got was 5 days previous, I realised after. Yeah. So it can't have been pulled a week ago.
No, it can't.
So I'm like, okay. And then I phone up my agent. I'm like, hi, Leicester's cancelled. Nobody said. I've just driven 6 hours to here.
Yeah, no, like, seriously, that's beyond. I would be fucking really, really angry.
I was a bit upset. Now, my default mode in this sort of situation, somebody goes, oh, I've just seen the email. And I go, all right, don't worry about it, man. These things happen. And I'm so apologetic, and I just let people off the hook all the time. And I'm like, no worries, whatever. Look, it's not your fault. All that. I had to physically fight myself to stop saying it's all right. Yeah. I really did. Like, I had to. Like, I was so conscious going, don't just roll over like you normally do.
Fair.
And say it's all right. So I just went. So because I'm fighting so hard, I'd say nothing. I'm like, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. And I'm just saying nothing. And they're like, so sorry. And I went, okay. And they're like, well, I get you're probably pissed off and whatever. I'm very sorry. Look, you'll get paid for it either way. And I was like, right, thanks. But again, I've nothing else to say because I'm going, don't say, it's all right.
Yeah, of course.
And I wanted to so badly just say it was all right, even though I was upset.
Because it isn't all right. I understand you going, just don't say it's fucking fine. Because right now, we're having all the feelings of, this isn't fine.
I'm
You've
so
drove
bad at
6 hours.
Yeah, it's a whole day.
It's so, the thing, I think this is my biggest gripe in life. When something goes wrong that was so easily avoidable.
Yeah.
Like
and look, mistakes happen for sure.
No, mistakes totally happen. Like, if you'd got there on the day and it was like, the place just combusted 20 minutes ago. Yeah. Nothing can happen there. That's out with of everyone's hands.
You know, I suppose that's lucky. I mean, you were going to get an insurance claim one way or the other because I was going to take the roof off. So, all right. So, like, pretty gutted about all that.
Bad start to the weekend.
So then I drive to a place called Sleaford. I pick up Matt Reid, who's doing a gig there. We're both doing Skegness Butlins this Sunday. And we're staying there the night before because it's an afternoon gig. So I go pick him up, watch the show, have a nice time. We then drive to Butlins. We stay in our little terrible accommodation. And everyone in Butlins, by the way, I'm sorry. Like, if you go to Butlins, I'm sure you're a nice person. But
I don't.
As we're walking round to go to our accommodation, like just seeing some of the worst tattoos you've ever seen in your life.
I imagine Butlins is almost like a BNP.
Your mate had got a tattoo gun and went, give us a go.
Yeah.
And they've just drawn, and like, so bad.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I don't know, it's like a witch turned a full English breakfast into people. They're all terrible.
Yeah, mate. I think you've been too nice there. I'm sure if you're nice, you go to Butlins. It's one of those things. If you go to Butlins, I've probably got nothing to say to you. I probably don't like you.
And also to explain Butlins again to people not from the UK, it's kind of like a caravan park, but like a fancy-ish one. So it's like a resort that they have. No, it's not fancy. It's just. But if I'm saying caravans, that gives you like a wrong impression of what it is.
Gotcha.
But Butlins, it's huge. They've got like a theme park. They've got a water park. Like, there's loads of stuff going on. But also the worst versions of those things that you've ever seen. Yeah. Don't think like Disneyland. Think like oh, I might die if I get on this roller coaster.
Yeah. I don't think this one's been checked in a while.
Yeah.
I also think Butlins is quite synonymous.
The slides go outside of the water park, but the pipes look all like discoloured.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is that?
It's literally rotting. I can see it rotting away.
From just fucking litres and litres of pish flowing down it. For years.
Another thing that I think Butlins is quite synonymous with is the term like Butlins Blue Coat, or like the entertainment side of Butlins. And none of it do I go to, oh, this is good. Like, I've heard just, or like the Butlins Blue Coats or whatever that I've kind of known in the past, I don't like or respect these sort of, like, they're not talented, like...
It's a real throwback in terms of entertainment. Like, it all
poor.
feels...
It's poor. It's like,
it's, but I mean, some people like it for sure, but it just feels... like a real, like it's 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it. It's from a time gone now.
Yes, really. Yeah. So now we walk into we wake up in the day, we go for breakfast, we walk into the venue. It's quite a big venue, and it looks amazing, like huge stage. Now it's a Naughties weekender. It's rewind to the Naughties. Yeah. So you've got like Blazing Squad, Cascada, Tinchy Strider, all performing on the same stage.
You were giggling with Tinchy Strider.
I was, yeah.
That's amazing.
We walk, and now the carpet in this place, to call it sticky would be undermining how sticky this carpet was. It looked like a petri dish. It was fucking, and you're like every step, and you're like, that is grim as fuck. Yeah. We went to the toilets at one point, and the overwhelming power of bleach. They must have just fucking like went in gas mask, bleached the whole thing. Like, I was in there. Matt went for a shit and came out crying. He's like, my eyes are sore. Like, it was crazy.
I was in there for 5 minutes, and now my eyes are really bad.
Anyway, I did this maybe a month ago, and it was grand. It was fine. It was a bit wild and raucous, but it was okay.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like going, oh well, you know, these gigs are what they are, but it's going to be fine. Matt goes on, he's doing pretty well. Like, when he's making fun of people, they are loving it. Yeah. Like, if there's a couple who's like, oh, we was fingering each other at fucking A1 last night, and they're like, ah. He gets me on, and I do a couple of little jokes at the start, and it's all right, but they're chatting. Yeah. Now, I'm going to say there's maybe 500 people there. Yeah. Maybe less, but it felt like that. Yeah. It maybe a few 500. Yeah, 300 maybe is more accurate. Yeah. But they're chatting a lot, and
it's fucking still a few hundred
stage.
People. Do you know what I mean?
Now the stage, I'm not kidding, like, it's huge, and its production value is crazy. You feel like you're on a TV show. Right. Yeah. So go on, start, and then I do a little bit, and it's fine, and then I go into some material, and it's not landing like I'm used to. It's a polite way of saying it.
Yeah, of course.
The big punchlines are getting a bit of laughter, but everything leading up to that is awkward silence, and I start going, uh-oh. I can feel this isn't going right.
That's the worst feeling, isn't it? It's the worst
feeling. Like, normally you can deal with that all right. Like, if you crack a little line and go, no, all right, well, okay, and you just acknowledge it yourself.
300 people chatting. It's like, I've not even got like the fucking engagement to actually do little nuances of, okay, not a fan of that one.
I could feel the hand of death on my shoulder going,
it's coming back.
Hello, mate. Yeah. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Don't turn around.
So then I did a really hacky bit about having ginger hair that I've not done.
That's the time to deploy it. That's the time to deploy it.
Nothing. And I'm like, oh God, this is going so bad. And I would start really floundering at one point. I'm like treading water like this in my head going, fucking hell! We're about to go full kaboom death.
Yeah.
So kaboom death! Like, it's going really bad.
To go full kaboom
and I haven't felt this in years. Years and years, this feeling. So I start chatting. I'm like, did anyone work at the supermarket? I start chatting to this guy who worked at Aldi, and I'm like, what's the... I think I said, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in the middle aisle? That's pure panic. To go to the middle aisle Aldi. That's pure panic. Going, give me something, sir.
Anything, please. But also, very much speaking the lingo to these people.
And then I hear a heckle from over here. Some woman goes like, not you, or something, and everyone, oh, on this
What's
thing.
That even mean?
It doesn't make sense.
What's that even mean?
But instead of going... What? Not me. That doesn't make sense. Like, try and combat and then maybe have a bit of fun with the heckler, because that might get them on side.
Yep.
I'm already too far gone, freaking out.
I understand that.
I fully ignore the heckle. I'm just like, nothing. I'm just going to keep talking to this fellow over here and ignore the person off to my right. And then I did a joke after that. They got the best laugh I've had yet. And instead of going, thank fuck, we're on track now,
Yeah.
I looked at my watch. I'd done 13 minutes off 20, and I went, get the fuck out of here. And I walk
Simon
off.
says, get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. I run. I'm like, and I'm like, come off, and I'm like, fuck me. That was awful. But I don't feel that bad at this point.
No. But honestly, it's so hard to describe that feeling. That feeling is genuinely like, in the moment.
Do you know what that feeling is? That for everyone that says you're so brave doing stand-up, that's
what
the
they're
feeling
talking
you're
about.
expecting.
Yeah, that's what.
Which is so rare.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
almost never happens.
Yeah.
Particularly when you've been doing it as long as
yeah, of course.
Like I've not like years and I'm just talking. I reckon 7 years since it's been that bad.
I would say the term Gareth Waugh and banker are synonymous now. Safe pair of hands.
Thanks very much, mate. I need
Easy
that because
days.
reliving this, I'm regaining the fear
No,
and
man,
anxiety.
it's honestly, it's the weirdest thing. But also, this is what I said to you. So you were in our group chat as well, because I think that's just what comedians have to do. Like, if you
gotta get it off your chest.
Speak to people that would understand and sympathise with, because your mates won't. They just don't know the feeling.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, so you need to be in the group chat with your mates, comic mates. And I think that's kind of what I said to you, of going, well, and I do kind of believe this. So, the worst death I've ever had that was similar to this.
Yeah.
And even because the comic that goes on after you has a good one and stuff as well.
Oh, yeah. So I come off, I don't feel that bad at first. I'm like, fuck me, that was awful. I needed to get off. And they were like, look, right thing to do.
Yeah.
It just wasn't happening for you or whatever. Then Matty goes back on, starts doing comparing again, which was great. And he's like, proper like, bam, 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 like really putting out fires quickly. But when he goes into material, they kind of lose focus a little bit. Again, you hear it.
You can go, well, that's what my fucking job was.
And then the headliner goes on, and when I say he roofs this gig, he fucking destroyed. Like, it was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Rips it, gets an encore. I listened to the first few minutes. I'm like, in my head, now you never want anyone to die.
Yeah.
But I was like, it'd be a good bit of camaraderie, and I'd feel way better if you did.
Yes.
He goes on, gets a good few laughs at the start, and I went, okay, I've heard enough.
Yeah.
I go and sit in the green room. He's killing so hard, I can hear the laughs from the green room.
Yeah.
And then I hear, like, he finishes off. The cunt gets an encore. They're like, like cheering. They love him.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm fully in the pits.
Yeah.
I've got like my artist wristband. I'm trying to cut off my keys. I'm getting my keys. I don't even have sharp keys. I've got car keys. So I'm like fucking trying to chisel this off. I'm like, get this off me now. And I'm sitting.
If someone walked into that room, someone's not going to go,
me,
oh, he's self-harming.
Yeah, it looks like I'm cutting my wrist. I'm like, I need this band off. I'm not in a good place.
Oh, buddy.
And he comes back and he goes, I wasn't taking the encore. And I genuinely think he was just being nice because
totally.
I wasn't doing an encore in Butlins. I'm like, you were your king.
You
should have done it. I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
I think it was out of niceness because I'd had such a tough one.
Totally.
And then, Butlins, Skegness is 7 hours away, so I had to drive home 7 hours.
Good time to just be alone with your thoughts, I would imagine.
Thankfully, I had the host, Matt Reed, was in the car with me until Newcastle. And genuinely, he made me feel so much better the whole way. Just started chatting about other stuff, get my mind off it. And then, but also like having a bit of a laugh with it. He was like, just got a text from my group chat going like, somebody said they were at a gig, such and such died on the arse. Anyone else got any gig reports? And he was like, I do. And I was like, please don't do it. But also, I know you will, and that's fine.
I would say the worst gig I've probably ever had, was this gig. Now I won't say who I was on with, but it was one of these like golf club gigs.
Always
north of Scotland.
Yeah,
like. Aberdeen was like an hour and a half back.
Right, that is not.
And I'm in a car with this comic he's drove me up.
I was going to say
slipped a heat again. Slipped a heat.
I was also going to say you were like, I was in a car. Well, you weren't driving.
I
was in the car.
No idea what that.
I was Maggie Simpson. I had a little fake steering wheel next to me. Fat Guy Logistics, everyone. Sorry.
Fat Guy Logistics. I fucking love deploy. That's sorry, everyone in the back. Fat Guy Logistics got to be up the front. Got space for my fat legs.
Give us a good wheel.
So I'm on first.
Yeah.
Now, the way this room is set up is it's a massive room, but it's just long.
Yeah.
So there's like 150 people deep left and 150 people deep right, and then maybe like 20 people in front of the bar.
Yeah.
So it's just a long old room. And I've been going too long to not say, well, just an experience. Like it wasn't that long ago. It was maybe like a year pre-pan.
Right.
So I'm opening, and when I say I ate a big old bag of shit, like again, it doesn't actually do it justice. Not one person in that room, I don't even think had the thought of smiling. Like, just they hated me.
Yeah.
Like, it was every single thing I said. And I kind of do this thing where I'm like, fuck the material. They don't like the material. The material's got nothing. I'll just talk to them. Maybe that'll be something. People were like just actively looking away, going, don't fucking look at me. People are going to assume I'm with you or something, right? I was like, they just hated me. So I'd leave again probably early. I think I probably did like maybe like, I don't know. No idea. But I'd left early. I got out of there fairly sharpish. But then that's the worst thing as well, is like, it's no fucking Butlins Skegness, but I'm like so far away. Like the lift is secured. I have to be there. I have to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm just sat in the fucking trophy room of this golf club. And I'm just
trophy room's such a funny juxtaposition. Look at all these
winners. Look at all these winners in life.
Yeah.
And I'm just sat there like, what the fuck are you actually doing? Like, this is just not how you should spend a Saturday night. And then the guy that was on after me absolutely crushes. Again, it just kills. And again, when you just hear laughs and claps, and
that's also a real death. Because, like, if you all go on and you all die, it's not a death.
Yeah.
The gig was probably unplayable.
Yeah.
And, like, they just didn't really like anyone.
But there was a gear.
Just you.
There was a gear that other people found that you couldn't.
Yeah.
And you fucking just sat in this trophy room, all sad. But there was a little thought in the back of my head. Now, what this comedian does is so far away from what I would do. Let's say it like that. Yeah. It's again, I would say, Butlins-esque. It feels like it's from a time now gone. But that's what they wanted, and he cleaned up and he smashed it. But there was a little thought in my head of going, you know what, if that's what they wanted, I'm kind of happy that I'm not what they're saying.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I said to you, going, well, I mean, if it was me, I know it's so hard to be thinking about in the moment, but it's probably just because you are a class above a Butlins comic.
Yeah, but I feel like you should be able to play anywhere for sure. But there is
that's how I honestly that's how I honestly would look at it.
That's nicer than one of the bits of encouragement, I guess you could say, I got from one of my friends.
Yeah.
One of them said, because I was like, fucking hell, Scott went on and absolutely had this and ripped it. And he went, yeah, but he's really good. And I went, what is that?
That's horrible.
Yeah, but he's really good.
Yeah, but he's really good.
Yeah.
You're good.
I'd be like me going,
he's like,
Laura's left me for another man. Yeah, but he's super handsome. Yeah, and his dick
be annoyed.
Is crazy.
Can't be annoyed.
Yeah. He's rich.
He's Hugh Jackman. Like,
yeah,
come on.
Yeah. Come on. I was like, okay.
Okay.
It was such a fucking
that
weird
is
thing.
A fucking... Yeah, but he's
they went,
really
I didn't mean it to come across like that. I went, that's exactly how it's come across.
There's no other way for that to come across.
I know. A lunatic.
Yeah, no, that's not a nice thing to say at all. But
Tom Horton. Thanks, Tom Horton, for that lovely advice.
As you were having that horrible experience, I was in the pit in Leith having some
you were having
lovely
a nice time.
Speaking to one of the guys from Young Fathers. He was on the judging panel with Neil the whole time. I was like, make sure he doesn't leave before I get a picture with him. Fucking course he left. And I was like, good.
Yeah.
I was like messaging, because I remember Sterling saying something like, I went to school with the guys from Young Fathers or something. So I was like messaging him.
Yeah.
Going, one of them's here. And honestly, the length of time that we took trying to figure out who this was until I went, because I couldn't take a picture of him because he was like right behind me. So that would have been too awkward. But I was like, I could have just went into Google Images, just sent a picture, and then went back left.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I ended up doing after he was like, tall, short. What's his hair like? No, I don't know. Black? Like, I don't know how to describe this guy.
Curly? I mean, that would be how you would describe hair, I guess.
Yeah, I guess black and curly. But yeah, so I was having a lovely time is what I was trying to say there. But
yeah. Well,
wasn't earning money, spending. So there's that.
Yup.
I imagine Butlins for Skegness is.
It's all right money.
Oh, I bet.
But also, do you know when you're dying? I remember early doors, somebody said, if you're dying, just do your time.
Yeah.
That way they can definitely say they did their time. Got to pay them. You didn't. You paid me to do 20 minutes of comedy.
Yeah.
Whether they laugh or not is irrelevant.
Yeah, totally.
I didn't fulfill the contract. I did 13 and went, fucking get out. Because the bangers are gone. Everything after this, it's fine material, but it's long.
Yeah. Nah,
I think boom.
I think you're right to get the fuck out of there.
100%.
I actually think as soon as you think it's as good as it's going to get, you should just get the fuck out of there. And on that note,
saw the laugh. All right, we're at the end. I don't like, because death stories, people do like hearing them. But
for sure.
I hope that was enjoyable, because I don't feel like that was entertaining. I don't know if it's just reliving it.
Trust. No. That was a good story. That was a good story. Very good. Trust, bruv.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
No.
Yeah, well, the good news is none of this bit will probably make it in.
Fuck Tinchy Strider. Fuck Blazing Squad.
That was.
Fuck A1.
That was.
Fuck Butlins Skegness. I hate you all.
Peace up.
A-Town down.
Yeah. And then fucking Simon Says kicks in. But that was the other funny thing. I was like, hopefully meeting Tinchy Strider will cheer you up. Be like, I'm out of here now. He's in the evening.
Yeah.
I'm driving home now.
The gig finished at half 2, and I was like, I am gone.
God, there is no silver
Could have
lining
stayed
there.
and watched. I was not staying with these animals.
No. Fuck that. Awkward.
Yeah.
Tinch. Let me tell you about the death I just had, Tinch.
Yeah. I don't want to hear number 1.
Who was the other one? It was Tinchy Strider and was it Blazing Squad?
Blazing Squad.
Blazing Squad.
Yeah. Matt Reid did a fucking great joke at the start. He went, what was that last night? And the crowd were like, A1. He went, oh, did they play all of their hit?
Better. Radio. See you next week, controls. Remember to like and subscribe.